Happy Friday evening, Australia. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Quick word about upcoming protests. The 13th of September march for anti-corruption or against corruption in the Australian government. If you're concerned with those things, like I am, I'm keeping my eye on this political or cultural political action going on. A couple of things come to mind. First of all, I think we all need to wait till more information comes out, because I think I saw Primod put up a post that more information is coming back when it was kind of announced. So I just urge everyone to wait for information before making some, judgments or final decisions and conclusions on what's to come, because I did see Tommy the Cowboy call this fella Bruce Shillingworth, who seems to be a freedom fighter, call him a fellow as bad as Thomas Sowell, or whatever that bloke's name is, the neo-Nazi fella. Now, I don't believe that's probably warranted. I don't know Bruce, but I think I've seen his Instagram pages, and he seems to be a freedom fighter and against corruption in government. So there's a few probably silly ideas and quick judgments, premature conclusions being made. I'd withhold on all those, everyone, till there's more information. Two, I guess I hope we see a much pointier message being made very clear and articulated properly from this upcoming march, because corruption in government, I mean, that's a truism. It's part of government, it's part of human nature. We need a bit more of a pointier, specific message to really drive home the message we want to get across. So I hope it's really articulated well and pointier and clearer. So let's pray for that. And also, I did see another post put up from don't know where about a kind of maybe a counter protest march on the 13th of September as well. And it was obviously run by some socialist left-leaning characters sticking up for Aboriginal rights in response to Nazi activity, like the Nazis that showed up the other day, and also to fight against fascism and racism. So a little word to you fellas, that you are socialist-minded, activist, student types, all those characters, First Nations, Aboriginals people. You don't need to side up with a sickle and banner and socialist tilted and ideologically possessed character or leader to stick up for yourself. I urge everyone, like Aboriginal, First Nations, you name it, whatever colour, left-leaning, tilt, whatever you got, to join and unite again in this one single, what I believe to be, let's pray, a pointy message at marching against corruption in government. And that includes, well, someone rightly pointed out in a comment, not so much incompetence, but more correctly misappropriating or embezzlement, to use some key flag words that you're not meant to use, but like really immoral steps taken by our government, corruption in the government, intentionally done. So let's band together on that. If you are First Nations, you are Aboriginal, Torres Strait Islander, you are left-leaning, like the core message from socialism is to stand up against corruption in the government. So if you are of socialist nature and you are politically viewing the world that way, Australia, whatever's going on, this is a march for core socialist values, corruption in the government. You're standing against that. The same like any right-winger capitalist could stand up for corruption could stand up against corruption in the government. You can unite there. So you don't need to have the hammer and sickle. You don't need to band together. And the idea of fascism, you need to let that one sit to the side, because conflating patriotism with fascism, it's not going to help. Patriotism does not equal, it's not a straight line to fascism. It can contribute to fascism, but you need to move on, move up, keep up with the times. Fascism, no one's into fascism. Nobody. There's no institution, no race, no ideology. It's not going around. Patriotism, you need to stop being scared of patriotism, because patriotism can include all races here in Australia, every Australian. So if you're left-leaning, politically minded, and maybe historically socialist, you need to let go of the fascism part, stand up for corruption in the government as a good socialist should, and unite here with everybody that wants to stand up against that. And don't be afraid. Don't paint patriotism as fascism. It's not one and the same. So don't conflate that. Big issue. We can educate ourselves on racism. We can address those challenges. Ongoing tribalism is part of our human nature. Preferences are part of our human nature. Racism is the abrasive element of that. We can always keep control of that. Don't lose sight of what you believe in, but come and unite in what we're seeing that's creating on the 13th of December, everybody against corruption in the government. And let's hope there's a pointy message to weed out the money, which is where the corruption comes from. The money, the lobbying, all that collusion and embezzlement, misappropriation. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say that because it's probably against the law. But all that stuff out of government, the lucrative deals and contracts given to mates, corporate partners, that politicians do. That's what we want out, and that will reduce like a ton of our worries. So everyone get around that, wait for more information, stop conflating patriotism with fascism, and lefties, get on board. Get on board, please. If you care about minorities, you care about corruption in government. Get on board.